Alright, today we are going to start from where we stopped in our discussion of generics in Java. So if you have not watched part 1 of this tutorial, please go and watch it. If you also want to follow along without watching it, just go ahead to enter this in Eclipse and then run it. And say we have two functions, print array takes an integer and print array, the same name, takes a string. So this is called overloading, where you write two or three or more functions taking different kinds of arguments and then having the same name. So what if we have several types of array? Do we keep writing different functions? That will not be the right thing. So we are going to use generic to get rid of these two functions and only use one single function to perform this. Meanwhile, this is how it works. We have the first print array calls print array with integer array, and the second print array calls print array with a string. So we are going to remove this, and then we are going to use only one single function, and then it's going to be generic. So now this print array here is complaining because print array now is taking an integer argument. Alright, so what we are going to do is to, instead of using just a void here, we are going to put the generic time before the return type. So put the generic type, it's called the generic type, before the return type. That is the law. Let me just put it here for you. Put the generic type before the return type. So in this case, the generic type is always t. So this is the generic type, t. We don't know if it's an integer, we don't know if it's a string, we don't know what it is, it's just a generic type. So we have to remove this integer and also put the generic type t, okay? The same thing goes anywhere we see a particular type, we use the generic type t, and then we are we are done with this. So it's not complaining now. So if we have string array, it's going to print it as string. If we have integer array, it's going to print it as integer. So if I run this program, let me take out this. Everything is going to work fine. So let's see. So the first time it runs is called print array. It called print array and pass it integer array, and it prints 1, 2, 4, 6. The second time it runs, it calls the print array and passes it. This time is going to be a string. So the generic type will understand the type based on the particular type that is passing. So assuming we have this time we have character array is equal to, so let's say let's just do this. Let's say yeah, just random things I'm putting in there. So alright, so this is character array now. So character, so I'm going to pull this after this. Good. So if we also print character array, it's also going to print correctly. So if I say print array and I pass it, it's going to also print correctly. So the same print array taking different kinds of different data types in the parameter, and that is how generic works. And this is called generic methods. Take note, we've discussed generic methods. So let me just put it here so that you'll know that this is different from generic classes. Alright, so this is generic method. So if I run it at this time, it runs the first time integer array, second time string array, and the third time is character array. We're going to stop here for now, and the next tutorial we are going to look at bounded generics. Bounded generics, how do we restrict the types to particular types? Maybe we'll say we only want character and strings to be used. that is bounded generics, and then we are going to look at generic classes, and that will be in our next tutorial. I would like to thank you for viewing. Please subscribe if you've not subscribed, and share it around, and also give a thumbs up, leave a comment if this has been informative, and also let me know if you have any observations.